Today we're going to talk about career coaching, and we have the pleasure and the honor of interviewing Vincent Avila.
Avila, I see.
From San Diego, California.
Yes.
Great to see you.
Thank you for having me, Johan.
Yeah, and you're just here for a few days in Barcelona?
Well, I've been here for just a little short of a month, and I'm at the end of my visit here, and I'm having a wonderful time in this beautiful city, Barcelona.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they get into a job, especially young people that come out of college or just come out of school. They get into a job, they start working there, and what happens to a lot of people, not everyone, but they start working, they acquire bills, they acquire responsibilities, and they stay in a job that sometimes maybe wasn't the job that satisfies them completely. So that's one issue that people have. Sometimes they just don't know how to look for jobs or what is the right job for them. And so with career coaching, we're able to help people find that job that fits their personality and resonates best with them.
Perfect. And is it also true that within your career as chief police?
Yes.
You had to mentor a lot of people in their careers?
Yeah, actually throughout my career, as a training officer, as a sergeant, as a lieutenant, in all of the different positions that I held, I think it's the role of managers and supervisors to help mentor people along. Yeah, you need to want to help people. I think
otherwise it doesn't happen.
That's right. And a lot of times without the proper training, you don't really know how to tell someone to advance, because what worked for you may not work for them. They're different. Everybody's different. We all have our own styles, our techniques, our personalities, and that is a big part of how you advance in your career.
Oh yeah, could you tell a bit more about this? I remember you had a point on this, that there's a difference between coaching and mentoring, and you find an increasing need right now for people to be coached instead of just being told what to do.
Yeah, I think as a mentor, especially a mentor in an organization, if you're in a management position and someone comes to you from your company and they say, I want to be the next supervisor and would you be my mentor and help me do that?
Yeah.
It's pretty straightforward, because you know the company, you know what the managers are looking for because you're one of them, and so you're able to tell them exactly what you should do. You should take this class, you should take that class, you should read this book. Those are the things that work for those people in your company. As a coach, you don't necessarily know all of the things about a particular company, and so you really need to work with that person. They know their company, they know their organization, and so you need to work with them to see what's best for them. Another thing that's important, I think, is that people really should understand that everybody in the organization is different, and so mentors usually say the same thing to many different people. That's how mentors work. If you're
to generalize.
Yeah, you have to be very general because you're working with a lot of people. Coaching, you really get to know the person, you understand the person's needs, their wants, and their abilities, and you're able to specify your direction. You're able to really offer them more that's going to help them in their particular situation.
Great.
Clarify what advancement means to you. It might be different than what it means to someone else. Some people it's money, some people it's a position of power, of leadership in the organization.
Yeah, prestige.
Prestige. Some people it's just more time off, more leisure time. So really identify and clarify what that means to you. What does advancement means? You need to know that before you can go any further. The other one is to do your research. Do your research as far as what it's going to take for you to advance in your career. It might be technical capabilities, it might be educational standards, it might be experience, years of service. There might be a number of things. Everybody's different, every organization's different. So you have to know what the organization requires for you. Set a path to your goal. It's one thing to have a goal, it's another thing to actually know how you're going to get there. So it's a map of your goal.
All right.
You should also build a support team. People around you that are going to support you in all the things that you're trying to accomplish, all of your efforts. People that already exist in your life. either in your career or in your personal life. It could also be people that don't exist yet, like personal coaches or other people out there that have expertise that you want to learn from. And the last tip I have is that when you're given an opportunity in your business, in your organization to lead, take that opportunity. Don't shy away from it. And when you're there, lead strong. Do that for yourself, for your bosses, and for your fellow workers.
I find that this might be the main thing. Like when you take a step, when you're not afraid of taking more responsibility, you're considered as a reliable employee. That tends to be individuals that are considered for promotion often.
I think you're right, and I also think that it builds confidence in you. Because the most important thing out of everything is that you're confident that you can be advanced in your career, that you feel confident. That will show in your everyday work, that will show in any test you take, any interviews you take, any discussions you have. Your confidence is catchy, and people will see it in you.
Yeah. So we're talking about confidence now. What about competence? Isn't it a big barrier as well that I don't feel competent enough to take the next role, next level of?
I think that's true, and I think that's where research comes in. You need to know what that next position does. What are the responsibilities of that position? And you know that in advance, and that gives you opportunity in advance to prepare for those things. Now, you won't know everything, and things will come up that you've never done before. But again, you're in the leadership position, or you're in that new advanced position, so take the lead. Use your best judgment, have confidence in yourself, use your support team, and you'll get out there and you'll make good decisions. You might not always make the correct decision or the best decision, but you'll make a decision, and many times a decision is better than no decision at all.
I think the most important thing is to be a reliable person. When you make a commitment, you follow it through. And another thing that makes one more prone to be proposed for promotion is the ability to take on responsibility, even of things that we don't yet control or know to the full extent because we may lack experience. But we trust in our own ability to learn, to that we will be prepared in a certain time to take on that new challenge.
I agree with that completely, and I would add that managers and supervisors, they all have a lot of things on their plate. So when they have an employee that takes responsibility as well and takes the lead on projects or just general work and is a problem solver, not someone that brings problems all the time, but recognizes problems in the organization and solves the problems, or at least brings you, the manager, some resolve ideas to the problem. I think managers see these people as they're gold in their organizations. These are people that they learn to rely on and depend on, and they feel confident, and give them more opportunity to work on other things in other areas of their responsibilities. I think that it's very important generally for people to understand that they don't have to know everything to do. They don't have to know every step of the way. There are things you can read, there are courses you can take, there are people in your organization that are mentors. There are also career coaches such as myself and Johan who are out there and that can be specific with your issues, with your specific needs and concerns, and can help you navigate your way through your obstacles, through your setbacks, and through all of those different things that will be necessary for you to accomplish your goal. Another thing I think is very important for people to understand is that life is going to happen anyway. You're working at a place, you're going to work there, and next year you may be there anyway. You may be there in 3 years. Don't wait for life to happen to you. You take responsibility, and anybody watching your videos are already doing that. I'm preaching to the choir because you already know. You take responsibility for your successes, for the places you want to be. Don't plan on luck. Luck may play a part of it, but you can't only depend on luck. Make your own luck, make your own choices, and do your research and advance by your own means. assuming someone likes their job and they like their organization, but it's just their boss that's causing them issues with advancement, let's say. I think here's the thing. If you keep doing what you're doing, you'll keep getting what you're getting. So maybe you should understand, and people should understand, that I have no control over my boss. I can't control how he thinks.
What he's going to decide next?
I can't control who she's going to promote or who he's going to give the next assignment to. I can't control that. The only thing I can control is me and my actions. So again, he or she is the boss. They are the ones making the decision. Whether you like them or not, they have a large effect on your career. And so I'm not saying sell yourself out and do whatever they say, but maybe take your style, maybe take your personality and your method of working and see how close you can come to matching it with what your boss wants or likes or needs. Because sometimes many people think that the boss was always wrong until they become the boss. And then they realize that that boss might be thinking about other things, have other objectives in mind. And so if you can get into that a little bit, if you can understand where he or she is coming from and what their needs are, that might help you just kind of change things. And you know, I said you can't change a boss, but you can change the way they feel about you. And you do that by understanding what their issues are, what their concerns are, what their needs are.
Listening.
Listening. And if you're able to, and everyone should be able to, adjust your own talents to better meet those needs.
Yeah. Or at least adjust our communication style, perhaps as per their style, a little bit.
That's right.
Make a big difference.
Like I said, it's just not good enough to say, my boss is just, he don't understand, or she doesn't get me, they never notice my work, it's a bad boss, and you just keep doing what you're doing, nothing will change. If you want change, you have to make the change.
Okay. So how can the people contact you? You know, say someone sees this video, they say, yes, I want to try a session of career coaching.
Oh,
how do you proceed?
Well, if someone would like to do career coaching with me, they can contact me through my website. It is pslandc.com, and that's for Pacesetter. That's the name of my organization. And through there, we will contact each other, and we can talk about what it is, what their needs are, and how I can help them. And you know, as you know, Johan, if a client and a coach is a good match, then some wonderful things can be done.
Yeah, perfect. It's all about the synergy between the two.
That's right.
And the trust level. And you got some great stuff there on your website. So I totally recommend it. Visit this website below, and see you in the next video.
Thank you, Johan.
Great.